trick this time. Radlinski, Carney, Hodgson, Connolly, Ainscough, O'Neill and Lamb. Forwards, O'Connor, Newton, Smith, Cassidy, Tickle and Farrell, the captain. And on the bench, Howard, Smith, O'Loughlin and Sculthorpe, the coach, Stuart Raper. Exactly the same 17 that faced St Helens last week. 2 more wins for Bradford should see them top of the pile going into the playoffs. Wigan were pipped to pole position last year on points difference. Could be the same this time. Withers at full back by Kona, Naylor, Costin, Vinicolo, Paul, the captain and standoff, and Deacon the scrum half. Forwards, Banganar, Lowes and Fielden, Gartner, Peacock and Forshaw. And the substitutes, Price, Anderson, Gilmore and McDermott. The coach is Brian Noble. Great anticipation amongst the Bradford supporters. The Bulls are due at the Boulevard next Friday night. The last league game to be played on that famous old ground in the UK. Yet another first for this wonderful game. Bradford Wigan then is underway. Deacon gets the match in motion. And this will be one of the great collisions of the season, you think? Because there is still so much at stake. And St Helens, they threw down the gauntlet to everyone else last night with their rout of Hull.
Brian Noble was our guest midweek on the Super League show, and I must say that he was quite relieved that they got away with that win at Headingley last week. But he said getting back into top form, had a little bit of a wobble of late, and this is their golden opportunity. He reckons they're ready.
Yes, 2 straight wins against London and Leeds have followed 2 straight defeats against St Helens and Castleford. And Stuart Fielden has talked out of turn to referee Steve Ganson.
Clear the rocks and not having messing about round there.
Well, again, we see another Bradford player. It has been a problem for them all throughout this season, Eddie, is the fact that they just will not keep their trap shut. They want to talk to the official all the time. Take it on the chin if you've given a penalty.
A great opportunity here for Wigan then early, and Terry O'Connor driving it in. It's Costin and Fielden who brings him down. Newton to Adrian Lamb. Here now is Craig Smith. And the big Kiwi prop forward gets Wigan into the danger zone. He's 8 metres away from the posts. Newton again. He gives it to Lamb. Lamb looking for the run on his inside. That was Danny Tickle, and that was quite a reception committee for Tickle. Newton fires the ball to Farrell. Back on the inside it goes to O'Connor. And O'Connor is tackled on the 4th, this set of 6 by the Bradford defence. Newton again. Here is Lamb. It goes wide to Julian O'Neill. And Julian O'Neill, so close. Important that Deacon held on. Newton for the line. Forced back. That was on the last. They went for the power play. Good start for Stuart Raper.
He'll be pleased with that. Good defence though. Just prevented the hooker Terry Newton getting over there. And it looks like Jimmy Lowes is down injured in the back play.
Wigan now offside. Quick tap taken by Vinicolo. The Volcano's away. He has got support here from Robbie Paul. And Robbie Paul tries to jink his way to the line. The tackle not completed. Now it is.
What a great effort from a prop forward, Craig Smith, to get back. There's got to be a penalty. And it wouldn't surprise me if someone's in the bin. That's a professional foul. No doubt in my mind he held him down on purpose, Jamie Ainscough. But what an effort from a prop forward to get back and chase down the standoff Robbie Paul. Quick thinking there by Vinicolo. The quick tap, it caught the Wigan defence out. But look at the prop forward there helping Ainscough out. Quick thinking by this fella.
Yes, he took a quick tap. Vinicolo, he has his critics of course, and particularly when the ball's in the air he can be suspect. But with ball in hand, as he showed then, he is absolutely devastating.
A little down to this, his coach Brian Noble has had a quiet word in the big fella's ear and said, I need a little bit more work from you fella. Well, he certainly got it in the opening 3 minutes there. That was wonderful thinking, and this should open the scoring surely.
Deacon with the penalty, first real chance that Bradford have had, and they're going to post the first 2 points of the match, you would think. And they have, courtesy of the boot of Deacon, whose goal in the last second here in May against Wigan, won the match. Well, he's got them off to the best possible start after a shaky start, it must be said, Steve-O, in terms of possession.
You'll be pleased, Brian Noble, that the defence held. They were put under pressure. Stuart Raper thought perhaps they'd come up with the points early. But quick thinking, it's all about making sure your defence. Last night proved that. Salford were absolutely outstanding. I think it's some sort of record, Eddie. Only 6 missed tackles in 80 minutes of rugby league. That is a wonderful display in defence, and I suppose both coaches want a repeat of that if possible.
Indeed so. Salford getting off the foot of the table with a 22-2 win, as we saw on Sky Sports last night against Warrington, and the pressure very much on Wakefield now and their match at Halifax tomorrow. That's down at the bottom. This small matter is all about what's happening up at the other end of the table, and there's the top 6 jockey for position ahead of the playoffs. It's a vital game.
Pretty high there from Craig Smith. Okay by the official.
And fair play to Field, and he just got up and played the ball.
Back to 6.
It is back to 6, and Vangenaar driving the ball over the top. And Hodgson and Craig Smith, the devil's own job to pull him down, and another penalty coming here.
Oh, they're losing the temper. Jimmy Lowes is partial to saying a few words.
Bring him over
was
here.
pointing the finger, and no doubt about the penalty. But again, quick thinking, good run by the prop forward. There's a culprit.
A running debate on it.
Craig Smith.
Leave it to me. 2. Okay.
And that's the second occasion that Mr. Ganson has
again,
had a word with the Bradford side for opening their mouth. And now it's Wigan's turn.
Go away.
Stupidity.
Well, Farrell was pointing at an incident up the other end, and it's made this eminently kickable now for Deacon. He can hit them from halfway, as Wigan know, to their cost.
I'm the referee.
And the referee, Steve Ganson, is stamping his authority on this match from the very first minute.
Yeah.
And well said as well from the official. You heard it quite clearly. I am the referee, and therefore the boss. This little fellow won't mind.
And neither will his coach, because this should make Bradford 4 points ahead. No problems for Deacon. As I say, he can score them from halfway. He's now scored them from much closer to that on 2 occasions. And Brian Noble's Bradford lead the Wigan Warriors 4-0.
Under a lot of pressure. Doesn't always show on the faces of the coaches, but Andy Farrell's having a right old go at the official. And that's really not what you expect from the skipper. He should be going to his players and saying, look, let's put that behind us. Let's get on with the thing that we've come here to do tonight, and let's play rugby league football. Get on with it.
Let's go down to Bill, because Andy Farrell coming into this match with a bit of an injury cloud, Bill.
Well, yes, Eddie, the speculation was that he got a thigh injury. In fact, we saw him leave the field against St Helens with that problem, and Bradford have come up with a boo-boo there. They've lost the ball, but the news on Farrell is that, in fact, his problem is a rib injury. That's what he's been nursing this week, and he might have had a painkilling injection to that effect, so it's to be interesting to see how he goes.
Yes, he's had that rib problem for a wee while, but he's out there. And this is Cassidy handing it on to Lamb, and here now is Craig Smith. Wigan getting the ball back here because Gary Connolly showing great upper body strength to pinch the ball in the tackle. Can they get over the line for the try? O'Neill, that was high from Vangenaar.
I think he just clutched. O'Neill has a look at the official and said, come on, do something about it. Must say Wigan are doing the angles well, but it's a strong defence.
Radlinski takes the latest tackle. Newton, he gets it wide to O'Neill. O'Neill jinks inside. O'Connor, here's Craig Smith. Good defence from Bradford. Last tackle here for Wigan. Newton looks for Lamb, finds Radlinski, puts it down.
Absolute bomb. Just took his eye off the football at the crucial moment. Super pass there from Newton from the dummy half position. This is the high one, but he went for the shirt. That's good refereeing to allow it to be played on, but that was a bomb try. Radlinski normally takes those.
Brian Carney getting the tackle in on Leslie Vinacolo. He had to have a late fitness test as well. He was injured against St Helens. This is Mike Forshaw, formerly of Wigan, of course, Forshaw, and ever present this year for the Bradford Bulls. It's Gartner who takes the latest tackle from Tickle and Newton. Now Deacon. Here is Peacock, and he cuts inside, and Cassidy caught him.
Surely they'll go for the high one. It swirls around in this stadium.
There it is from Deacon, midfield bomb. They're all moving forward. Radlinski wants it. Fielden claims it.
A bit of turnover. Not often you find the fullback Radlinski beaten for the high ball like that, and good work from the prop forward Stuart Fielden. He's had a sensational season. He's given more than 100% every game this year.
This is the head-to-head in all meetings between these two since 1973. At Bradford, Wigan don't have a bad record, do they? And in Super League, they have a fine record. But the telling factor is that they've lost to Bradford in their last 4.
Well, Bradford never made any attempt to get back into the 10 metres. He's allowed it to play on. Maybe the advantage going to the Warriors.
Julian O'Neill straightening it up. Man of the match against the Saints last week. Penalty now against Robbie Paul.
Well, it was odds on. He just had a little second niggle, and he knows it too. That's it. That's sufficient.
And next same calls.
They all try to get away with it. Just gives them that vital second. Trying to get their defensive line sorted out.
Clear up.
Robbie Paul has been a sub for the last 2, but he got a try against Leeds last week, and it's a pretty stern-looking Stuart Raper, as Julian O'Neill is offered the chance here by his captain, Andrew Farrell, who has said, let's kick at goal, and the Wigan supporters here hoping that Wigan will now be on the board.
Crowd's that loud, it's sounding out.
In great form, this fella.
He's been very impressive lately, hasn't he?
Not only just with a boot, hat-trick last week, and that fella knows all about him. As they've got to keep a very tight watch on him, and the little half-back partner as well. They were sensational last week, O'Neill and Adrian Lamb, but we've seen very little of them as yet. Good defence from the Bulls.
Well, when they lost here to that last-minute Paul Deacon penalty in May, Wigan were 5th in the table after 12 rounds. They were 6 points behind the Bulls. They've lost just 1 of 14 since. That was at Hull 2 weeks ago. A result like that at Hull a fortnight ago against Wigan makes it almost inexplicable what happened to Hull last night. O'Neill with the successful kick. And Wigan are on the board. Bradford 4, Wigan 2.
That'll settle the nerves down. Very hectic in the opening minutes, but actually talking about that game, and it was a controversial penalty. Remember that Wigan, I think it was Andy Farrell that had the ball, and I think it was Cassidy that was claimed to have been utilised as a shepherd. Real controversial decision by the referee that night.
It was. By the way, highlights of the matches played in the Super League last evening coming up for you at half-time from Valley Parade here. That's a big hit on Carney by Wangenaar. The Irishman felt that, and he's in trouble.
Well, there was some doubt about him coming into this game, and you could see him waving to the bench, saying, I've gone. Finished. Oh, now he's saying, give me a chance to run it out. Big hit yet again from Joe Wangenaar. He's gone.
He has. That was the signal from the physio this time. And I think there'll be a change here for Wigan shortly. This, meanwhile, is Andy Farrell.
And surely Sean O'Loughlin will take his place out there.
Lamb with the chip over the top. Jamie Ainscough is after this. This is going to be difficult for Vicona to run out. No, it isn't. He just brushed away from Ainscough.
That's a poor chase as well. Great kick. There was only Jamie Ainscough that was really up for it. The rest of the Wigan side just plodded downfield.
And Ainscough going so fast he thundered into the boards, and he's only just now getting back into the defensive line.
I mean, look at that. You've got to go as a unit.
Tavita Vicona, the Tongan, 18 tries, joined second on the Super League try-scoring charts just now. Good ball out wide. Gartner, and again to Costin, who will return to Huddersfield next year if the Giants make it into Super League.
Well, we've seen an injury to Brian Carney, the other winger now, Jamie Ainscough. Oh, and that's a bad mistake there by the little halfback. But just talking about Jamie Ainscough, it looks as though, remember, he had the problem with the tooth in his arm, and it's that same arm that is playing up on him. He's receiving treatment in the back play already.
Hodgson to his feet, plays the ball to Adrian Lamb. Here now is Chris Radlinski, just over the halfway line.
Come on.
And there is Ainscough getting the treatment on the run. O'Connor will drive it up, offloads it back to Radlinski. Wigan reasserting their angles here with Cassidy, but good tackle by Naylor.
Good quick play the balls as well from Wigan at the moment.
Good ball from Lamb to Farrell.
Great tackle there from Forshaw.
Terry Newton, the dummy half. It's with Lamb again. Lamb stabs the ball towards Withers. Good chase. Great chase by Sean O'Loughlin.
Great position as well by the fullback. Withers knew exactly where it was going. Well, Brian Ober wanted more. Oh, that's a real mistake. They've got away with it. Connon nearly came up, but they were very slow to get into dummy half position.
Ball to ground, just momentum lost slightly. This is Naylor, tackled by Hodgson.
Come on.
Look at this. I'm not so sure that Connolly was standing square. Really should have been penalised for that. But against Leeds in that first half, the Bulls came up with so many errors, especially in their own quarter. They applied so much pressure to themselves.
It's with Jamie Peacock now. O'Connor, Cassidy and Danny Tickle combining to bring him down. He's lost it there.
Yep, that'll be a knock-on.
It is. Got the nod from his touch judge, did Steve Ganson, the referee.
He's had a few problems this year. Second row of Jamie Peacock, but the second half against Leeds, he really did it, top form. It's been an up-and-down season for him. And that is a bad mistake.
Lock in, Mike. Mike. Stay locked in, Paul.
Steve Ganson, the match referee, having plenty to say. You can probably hear him on the microphone. And I must say he was in great form on Thursday night, Steve-O, at a sports forum, a rugby league forum for the Burtonwood Bulldogs, a local side in Warrington. And Steve Ganson, the star of the show, and he's loving the task of controlling these big games now.
Good defence, covered it out, fielded, read it perfectly. Knew the inside pass was on, but you get the feeling that Lamb's warming up to the task.
Connolly, a dummy half. Here now is Craig Smith. Solid defence though from Mike Forshaw, but a couple more metres gained by Smith. Here is Radlinski, and Radlinski's in for the first try. Chris Radlinski, first try for Wigan. They take the lead. The Wigan supporters here are on their feet. Radlinski becomes the first man in Super League to score 100 tries in these weekly rounds. A landmark for the Great Britain and England international, but more importantly, a very, very important try for Wigan.
Super player used a dummy runner, which was Farrell. He made a boo-boo about 5 minutes ago when he dropped it at the line at his mercy, but he made no mistake about this. And it was the same move. Newton very quick, used Farrell as the dummy. It all came about from the mistake from Peacock. And as I mentioned, the Bulls went through a nightmare at Leeds in that first half. Are they going to go through the same thing tonight?
Radlinski, confirmation. 100 tries in Super League football, the very first man. And what a season this fella's had as well. Remember the Lance Todd Trophy winner at the Challenge Cup final. And he actually got a try here in the playoff defeat last year, Chris Radlinski. Kingpin for Great Britain, we hope, in the Kiwi Test Series in the autumn. Chris Radlinski, 26 years of age. Now then, Julian O'Neill, the Aussie who's got one cap for his country at Super League level in 1997. 10 times he's played for Queensland, and rarely has he played and kicked as well as he is for Wigan this year. A record 28 points for this fella against the Saints last week, and there's another successful kick. Bradford 4, Wigan 8. They fought back.
Great play, as I say. Look how the dummy runner, the foil, makes the defence just hang back, running on the angle. No one better in the world at doing this than the fullback Chris Radlinski. But the way that Wigan are playing the ball at such speed, creating all sorts of problems for this Bulls defence. They really are running the angles, and Stuart Raper obviously is gambling on throwing all these set pattern moves at Bradford early in this game.
Well, Wigan will play Leeds next week, and what a match that will be if Wigan win here. They will certainly have St Helens in their sights. The Saints are at London next weekend. There's the final weekend of fixtures for you. London Saints. Salford Castleford is shaping up to be massive. Holland Bradford. Well, they're all important. Every single one of them. And it's great to say, isn't it? The final weekend, and you will see it all with us on Sky Sports. Sky Sports 2 next Friday at 7:30. Same channel next Sunday. Notice it's Sunday for us next week, starting at 3 o'clock, because we're going to chase the final day all the way down to the wire. All the matches on Sunday, by the way, will kick off at 3:30. Gartner, a good run. Good offload as well.
Fighting back well. It's Bradford now on the roll, and they're using the big forwards to great effect. We haven't seen them combine. Robbie Paul, Paul Deacon, maybe we'll see it now.
It's got all the makings, this, of an absolute classic. Naylor, gathered in by Hodgson. Farrell is there as well, turned over, dumped on his back. Last tackle here for Bradford. Robbie Paul, Deacon, stabs the ball in behind the defence, bounces kindly. Gardner gets it away. What a pass!
What a beautiful try. Someone was taken out before he had the ball, but it went to Withers.
The referee hasn't given it yet.
Well, it ricocheted. He wants to see whether he was onside. Yep, he's behind him, and that is okay. He has to prove that he was behind the kicker, and I think you'll find that he is, and this will be TRY.
What a pass from Danny Gartner.
Well, it looked as though it was going for Deacon, but he got absolutely battled out of it. You look at this, he's onside, that's okay, and when it ricochets off the prop forward, oh, that's great work. Back on the inside. Good stuff from Daniel Gartner. He's a real workhorse, is this second rower, but he's comes the creator, and rather cheekily, the fullback Withers goes about an inch from the dead in goal line. That'll do.
Why did he do that?
Why do they peel the ball like a banana? Why do they turn it? Listen, they go all sorts these days. And rightly so, TRY has come up on the big screen.
Try is given to Michael Withers, playing his 18th game in a row at fullback and in absolutely sensational form. That's his 16th try of this season. Remember, he was the 3-try man of the match in last year's grand final against Wigan. Deacon to add the extras. The extras added, and the lead changes hands again. It's 10-8 Bradford.
Well, you force your own luck, and it certainly shone on them on this occasion. The kick from the little half-back, Paul Deacon, ricochets off O'Connor, and Gartner did exceptionally well. And it would have been interesting if Withers hadn't taken that ball, because I think it was Deacon that was absolutely flattened before the ball was released from Gartner. That may have been a penalty try.
Well, no wonder when you pair Bradford and Wigan, it sends a shiver down your back, because you know you're in for something special. To be fair, the grand final last year was a one-horse race, but this has got all the makings of a Tetley's Super League classic. What say you, Phil?
I'd agree with that, Eddie. You know, last night I thought we saw an exciting game between Warrington and Salford, but the reason why these two teams are closer to the top of the league than the bottom is the speed with which they play the game. From what I've seen of the football so far this season, Arsenal are by far the best side, because when they get possession, they turn from defence into attack so quickly, and that's exactly what these two teams are doing tonight.
Absolutely. It's like watching Arsenal against Man United this, or Man United against Liverpool. 23 minutes gone.
I thought you'd get Liverpool in there somewhere.
Well, you have to. Good dink over the top. Robbie Paul's after it. Jamie Ainscough with work to do, and can't do it. Great defence.
He'll be happy with Brian Noble, because they are applying the tourniquet. They are twisting and twisting, and he knows that they're on the rack.
The only thing I will say when we mention the analogy between this and soccer, Steve-O, is that you dare not take your eye off this ball for any of the 80 minutes. Something happens every second of every minute of every game.
Here, here.
Andy Farrell with a good length on the dropout. Fielden collects it. And Fielden takes the tackle just over halfway line. Leslie Vainicolo.
Great effort, looking for work, nice to see.
And so is Lowe's penalty. They weren't standing square.
Quick thinking, experience there from Jimmy Lowe's. He knew that the prop forward Craig Smith made no attempt to go back the 10 metres. He wasn't standing square, and Jimmy says, come and get me. And when they did, he gave away the penalty. Well, a great kicking game, put them in that position, and now they've got the opportunity yet again to extend this lead. And as I said earlier, this little fellow just keep banging them over, saying thank you very much indeed.
It's Deacon then with this penalty attempt. Banganar is off the field, by the way. The great roar in the background is because Paul Anderson has come on as Deacon lines up his sights for this, his fourth kick at goal. No problem for Deacon at that range. Leeds extended. It's 12-8.
Sweet as a nut. Nice contact. And as you've mentioned earlier, Eddie, this is going to be one heck of a game. The fans love it here. It's like a big West End show when you come here into the town of Bradford.
Yes, they like it here, but they will love it when they return to Odsal next year. And the matchday programme is filled with news and information about season tickets and packages that are available at Odsal for the supporters next year. And they say they're going to turn it into the best value for money event when the Bulls are in town in the city of Bradford.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. It will be interesting to note, though, what size of pitch will they lay down there? They've rather come used to this, haven't they?
They have. Fielden, marauding run. Cassidy could have been penalised and is.
Well, he melting every inch of the way, did Stuart Fielden, and the look on Stuart Raper's face. Cassidy, the culprit, and here's the official warning.
Let's just tidy it up a bit on the rock, all right. 3 on the run, that. Let's tidy it up.
Well, no official warning, really.
2, mate.
He just said, let's tidy it up. He hasn't said next in the bin.
Okay, Dave.
Rather surprisingly, but did you see Fielden? He got up, shook his head, and as soon as he shook his head, the official went, yeah, okay, give you a penalty. He milked it very well.
Cassidy all over the back of Fielden, and the thing is, anywhere halfway line and towards their own posts that Wigan concede penalties, Deacon will pick them off.
And most importantly, as far as the Bulls are concerned, it's making Wigan play stop-start rugby league football. And we know what Wigan are capable of when they get the roll on. Same with Bradford. But they'll be quite happy to take the 2 on offer.
Deacon gives it a thump, and Deacon misses. Well,
20 drop.
but they're going to get the ball back, obviously, because it went dead. So it's a 20-metre dropout by Wigan. But Deacon with the first miss.
Could be a vital miss too.
Come on, tidy around
As I mentioned before the kickoff, I don't think there'll be a lot of points difference between these two. Oh, that's a dodgy one.
Did well though, and then he sent Anderson on the way. Anderson on the charge. Radlinski does well. Boy, you've got to be brave to get him down. Lowe's on the bounce to Fielden.
What a run. Back to his best. Paul Anderson, the juggernaut.
And Fielden. They are running strong, these Bradford forwards tonight. Deacon. Grounded by Mark Smith.
Just dropping off a few of the tackles of Wigan at the moment.
Here is Robbie Paul. Now Jamie Peacock. Lamb was down round his ankles, but he got it out the back door to Naylor.
Come on, boys.
Naylor tackled by Farrell. Vicona. Robbie Paul will hoist the kick. Oh, it's a slice kick. And that
To see if it's a knock
They
on.
all let it
The ball
bounce.
was knocked on
Well,
by
I can't
Daniel
believe that the
Well, just
experienced
have a look at
fullback
the ball
Chris
travel
Radlinski,
forward.
first
Thought
of
it was
all,
touchdown.
was
Check
he
the knock on.
offside?
Well, he's checking the knock-on as well.
Yeah,
He's
we've got
checking
that.
the knock-on, and he's also checking offside.
His foot. Well, Dave.
Oh, it was Connolly actually. Just allowed it.
Oh, foot on the line. Foot on the dead ball line, fielded.
They'll go frame by frame on this one. First of all, they'll see whether... What on earth was Connolly doing? My apologies to Chris Radlinski. That's a try.
That's a try.
Yep.
Feet above the line.
No problem. Now they'll go and see whether it was onside. No.
I don't think they are going to see if he's onside. I think they've decided.
TRY.
Are they happy or are they not? They're going to have a look. They're going to check the onside.
Well, that amazed me. They didn't check for it to start with. And that looks okay, doesn't it? Yep. That's okay. From okay to TRY. Listen to the crowd.
Fielden gets the 4 points. What a mistake from Connolly when the ball was in the air. It's schoolboy stuff. You never let it bounce. Maybe he thought it was going out and dead in goal. But they know every inch of this ground now after a couple of years at Valley Parade with the balls.
Well, like you say, it's kiddie stuff, this. See how he hesitates. That is a poor effort. And the man who I mentioned before keeps kicking him over, has done it again.
18-8 to Bradford. Deacon with the extras.
Yeah, it's bully, especially for this guy. You know, there's a lot of talk, Eddie, about Sculthorpe, about Adrian Lamb. A lot of people have forgotten about this fella.
For the man of steel, you mean?
Yeah, he's got to be in the running.
Oh, he's over the dead ball line, Anderson. That was a very good kick-off. It dribbled and bounced its way all the way through them. And it's forced a goal line dropout from the Bradford Bulls.
He just couldn't do anything about it.
Well, twinkle toes, Paul Anderson.
Ready?
Well, I don't think he'd look... well, in a 2-2 anyway. I don't think... I really just had a mental mental picture of it
yes,
then.
I'm with you. It would be a rare sight, wouldn't it?
Well, I hope it's a sight we'll never see. Never mind rare.
You never know. Craig Smith.
It's warming up out there now, though.
Second move!
Peacock all over the top of Craig Smith. This is Newton. Here is Farrell on the angle. Trying to get away from Anderson.
You saw there 9 clean breaks by the Bulls. And that only applies more pressure to this Wigan defence. And as mentioned before, that few of them are just falling off the ball carrier.
Terry O'Connor keeps it going.
Come on! Paul, come on!
Newton the dummy half. O'Loughlin dabs the ball in goal. Good kick. Withers. Did he just flick that dead? He did. It's a dropout. Half an hour gone. 18-8 at Bradford.
Good pressure as well by the youngster. Neat little kick on that blind side. Plenty of talent, this kid. There's no slouch. He knew exactly what he was doing. But again, we see the wonderful positioning from the full-back. Sean O'Loughlin.
Well, he's from the right school, isn't he? Sean O'Loughlin, with a name like that, and the brother-in-law of the Wigan skipper. So the pedigree is there.
And there's more trouble for Wigan. Andy Farrell is in discomfort.
Yes, he's limping with on the left leg.
Well, there's so many stories coming out of the Wigan camp that it's his groin, it's his knee, it's his ribs.
Well, it's not his groin. He assured me of that on Monday. There's nothing wrong with his groin. It's his ribs. And this is... Oh, it's a beautiful ball from Lamb. Radlinski a second.
What a pass.
What a pop-up pass from Adrian Lamb. And Radlinski chiming in. Try number 14 of the season for him. 2 here tonight. and Wigan are back.
And when you've got the quality of this Papua New Guinea and Adrian Lamb, you never ever write off Wigan. Such a creative player. Look at the step and the offload. Just juggled it slightly, did the full-back. This is outstanding rugby league football. Oh, that is superb. Left the gap, pulled the defender in. It looks ever so simple, but that is so much skill involved. Came at the right time, and this fella gave him the ball just as he wanted it.
He's only missed one this year, Adrian Lamb, and he set that up perfectly for Chris Radlinski. That's 2 tries now for him, and Julian O'Neill here with the opportunity to add the extras. Apparently it has produced a little bit of hilarity, Steve-O, that Andy Farrell and I were talking about his groin on Monday. It was at the Andy Farrell Golf Day, and he wasn't fit enough to play because his ribs are badly damaged. I just wanted to clear it up.
Bit of hilarity.
O'Neill here with this conversion now. Just scrapes in off the post. Julian O'Neill, 18-14. What a game.
What a pass, and you can see there, the little step pulls in, Peacock, and he's going the wrong way. Huge gap. Nothing's going to stop them when they perform like that. This is the injury where, oh, he got right one in the face as well, and he was twisted down. Big hit. But it's not jelly babies, this.
Well, we've mentioned Andy Farrell's injuries. Bill's been keeping an eye on them.
Well, they've done well to adjust, because of course they lost Brian Carney with what is apparently a hamstring injury, and there is a very disconsolate Dubliner on that Wigan bench, because it could be a serious hamstring injury, and that could mean the end of Brian Carney's season. Let's hope not. Jamie Ainscough, Steve-O mentioned the fact that he had that wound in his left forearm after that bizarre incident with Martin Gleeson when he got Gleeson's tooth embedded in his arm, but Ainscough has gone off to the dressing room for treatment to that. They've had to bring Mark Smith on. They've done well, Phil, to cope with that, because it obviously did disrupt them.
Yeah, I think it did for a while, didn't it? And they've still got Harvey Howard and Sculthorpe on the bench as well, who could come on. And the Sculthorpe maybe in the forwards they'll need, because the Bradford pack have looked very strong and dominant. Just to emphasise though how important kicking is in modern day rugby league. Don't forget Wigan's kick-off from conceding that try really got them the goal line dropout. O'Loughlin put another one in, and those 12 tackles all inside the Bradford half eventually resulted in a wonderful try to Chris Radlinski.
Now it's with Tavita Vaikona. The 2 Bradford wingers, they're like 7th and 8th forwards, aren't they? They are massively built men.
And they're putting themselves about, especially this fella. A lot of criticism about how lazy he can be, but not tonight. He's looking for that work, hungry for it.
This is foreshort.
Newton had a tap, brought it back. A little bit pedantic, I feel, by the official. Just a tap. He pulled it away. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, if we're going to stop him for everything like that, then we'd never get a game. He knows it. I can't understand why Steve Ganson didn't just let it go. He's frustrated as a hooker, and rightly so. He knew he was wrong, but that was just patter cake.
Well, that was the very spot that Terry Newton, it was actually, who was done for crossing in that previous match here.
Yep.
And then Deacon kicked the penalty goal in the last second to win the match for Bradford. We're a long way from deciding who's going to win this, but it's an opportunity here for the Bulls. Another one.
Well, there's so much power and skill on either side. You just get the feeling that every time that one team comes up with a mistake, the other side's going to score a try.
It's with Lowe's, and that's Anderson!
He's there.
He's over the line.
He's go for it. Did he move a second time? This is going to be a difficult one for the video referee.
I think he's in. I think he's over.
Well, he's definitely got there, but is he short first? No, double movement.
Oh, you're right. Eagle-eyed Steve-O.
Short there, and the little shuffle forward. This will be an OTRY, but neat little move. Jimmy Lowe's and the big fella Paul Anderson, they'll have nothing better than to combine very close to the line. And that is definite double movement. That'll be a penalty to Wigan.
And Chris Rudlinski, you see, and Terry O'Connor both appealing for that to the referee.
Oh, there's little doubt.
Well, there's little doubt in your mind, but you're not the video ref, Steve.
Well, sure, he's not going to give this. What on earth is he doing? Short there, ball carrying arms on, and he deliberately moves it.
Well, David Campbell is tonight's video referee.
Well, I'll eat my hat if this is given.
I think this is the angle that tells you conclusively.
Well, of course it is. There's a deliberate movement with the right arm. What do we do? Get me the straw hat. I think this guy might make me eat it. Well, that's clear. Is that clear to you?
Yes. Is it clear, though, to tonight's video referee, David Campbell? What's the decision, Mr. C? The right one. Double movement. Paul Anderson, who doesn't agree.
Well, he'll hardly run off the pitch and shake hands with the video referee, will he? Well, I couldn't believe how it took so long. But better safe than sorry.
Thank you. So Wigan breathe a sigh of relief. Now then, this is the crucial stage of the first half. 4 points between the two sides. Oh, Cassidy's dropped it. Big hit. Here comes Withers.
Boy, it's getting tough out there. The two sets of forwards are getting around each other now.
Vainicolo.
Brave tackle by Connolly.
Yes, he flew at him. Lowe's.
Oh,
Gardner.
eye from Cassidy there. Shakes his head, does Ganson.
Jimmy Lowe's attacking the line. Newton and Craig Smith, that's 3 gone, but they are just 4.5, 5 metres short. Anderson to Deacon, they give it a bit of width to get the angle. It's with Peacock, they've lost the momentum slightly.
Well, I find it rather strange that the big fella Paul Anderson was in dummy half.
Here's Robbie Paul. Scampering run across the face. Back on the inside it goes. Big hit in defence. Oh, they got the ball away though.
It was a great pass. Super stuff, but stretching the defence. They're scrambling back at the Warriors.
This is the last one, and it's too deep from Jimmy Lowe's.
Only just as well. Not happy with it. That's the type of pressure play that you need. And again, we're getting on with it.
Oh, Farrell's dropped it now. They took a quick tap there on the 20, and Andy Farrell was hit hard, and he's lost it. More pressure on this Wigan defence. Leslie Vainicolo. Will those errors come back to haunt Wigan?
I think it will. With the crowd behind him, the Bulls, they really are on the roll.
Costin. Farrell with the tackle. Scampering in there. It's Forshaw, isn't it? Forshaw, or is it Forshaw? No, it's Lowe's.
Head and feed. No doubt about it. Good thinking yet again from the hooker. He'll be pleased.
It is Jimmy Lowe's.
Consecutive sets of 6, that's what you want. And he says, you little beauty. I've been around this game long enough to know exactly what I was doing. Okay, they either give the try, and he powers over there, assisted by his mates.
Terry Newton's in the spot of bother now. He's out of the scrum, by the way. The referee has called time off here after saying that Lowe's was held up over the line.
There's a problem for Terry O'Connor as well, I think it is.
Put him back in now, come on.
Well, it's a bruising encounter, this.
Terry, only 1 minute.
Only 1 minute, says Steve Ganson, but I tell you what, it could be a very important minute for Bradford. Scrum 10 metres away. They get the feed. Forshaw out to Withers. And they got in each other's way a little bit then.
Come on.
Costin, the dummy half, will go down the short side. Vainicolo! Vainicolo! Vainicolo plunks it down. The pressure has told. He's not happy about this one.
You didn't see the ball grounded, can we check it?
I think
the grounding is fine.
Yeah, so did I. I thought it was okay.
You didn't see the ball grounded.
And he points to the skies. This is sheer strength. 3-on-1. Take this. And that's 4-point time taking. He's had his critics, myself included. But he has rubbed it in, and what an effort. Sheer strength got him over then. 3-on-1, bang.
Well, in the end, the mistakes did come back to haunt Wigan. Farrell lost the ball after they looked as though they'd escaped, and 2 tackles later, Vainikolo, plonk, 4 more points.
Good move on that short blind side. Costin did well. They should have finished him off. They couldn't. He's just too strong. Quick thinking there. Look at the strength. Boy, oh boy, that was one heck of a try.
Well, 6 home matches. He loves this place. And that's try number 9 of the campaign. Now then, Deacon. 5 from 6. This the most difficult he's had. It's on its way. 2 more points in the bag. The first half hasn't ended as Stuart Raper would have liked. That's half-time. They clawed their way back into the match, did Wigan, at 18-14. But the last 6 minutes of the first half belonged to the Bradford Bulls. And Leslie Vainikolo's try, converted by Paul Deacon, means it's Brian Noble, the happier of the 2 coaches, who heads off to the dressing room right now. Sensational game, though. Full of skill, full of strength. And the Bradford Bulls ahead by 24 points to 14 at the half-time. 3 tries to 2 for Bradford. And this, what strength from the man they call the Volcano. A revival in this second.
Vainikolo, and that try just before half-time, I mentioned, oh, that's a bad mistake. I was just about to say that a great psychological lift to the side, and then Stuart fielded. Just a little bit of a brainstorm.
Second time that Andy Farrell has daisy cut the kick-off all along the ground. And whoops-a-daisy. Well, he wouldn't make a centre-half, would he?
Well, that's the reason why he's playing rugby league.
Mind you, the ball is slightly different shape, isn't it? O'Connor to his feet. Cassidy.
Going to be a big ask for this Wigan outfit. We saw just before half-time quite a few walking wounded out there. Terry O'Connor picked up a knock, so did Terry Newton. We've already had problems with Brian Carney, Jamie Ainscough, and we've also had treatment to Andy Farrell. And when we saw the half-time shot in the dressing room, Chris Radlinski was being patched up. This is going to be a big effort by the Warriors to get back in this game.
Well, they're after second, and that means they get the week off, first week of the playoffs. And then they would probably have to come back here or go to St Helens for the right to get to Old Trafford at the first attempt. But the important thing about the top 2 is that you do get the second bite of the cherry. Andy Farrell looked for a second bite of the cherry then, but James Lowe's beat him to it. Here is Tavita Vaikona.
Got the ricochet. Idea was good, but execution not so brilliant.
Deacon. Well, Lachlan and Cassidy standing up to the task well then. And dropping the half-back. Mike Forshaw. Gartner now.
In the power of the Bradford forwards that have really led the way. And some fantastic work by the front row especially.
Anderson just pops the ball back nonchalantly to Lowe's. He gives it to Fielden, who helps it on to Peacock. Bradford looking to get a roll on in the opening couple of minutes here. That's the last tackle, though. This set of 6. Robbie Paul. A stab through by Stuart Fielden. He's following up the kick, but Radlinski's too quick for him. Flying tackle. Jamie Peacock, and Radlinski gets up and holds his jaw ruefully.
It was amazing to see Stuart Fielden putting the boot to ball, especially after his effort from the kick-off. Missed it by a mile. Maybe that's a ploy from Brian Noble.
Craig Smith.
If you miss one, Have a second go.
Ball went backwards. It's with Terry Newton. Now here's Adrian Lamb.
Done a good job, the defence, kept him pretty quiet apart from that beautiful offload that allowed Radlinski in for his second try in the first half. Sheer quality, sheer class.
Farrell looking to open them up. Takes another tackle. If he is playing with pain-killing injections in his ribs, and I'm sure he is, he will be mighty sore tomorrow morning. Lamb with a towering bomb. Oh, and they're in a right mess there. And it's back to Julian O'Neill. Tackle count is wiped down.
That's off the boot. Oh, he's given a penalty.
Penalty to Wigan, bang in front.
He's gone.
Wait, this defence was the leg pulling and a leg go.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't send someone to the bin.
Here they go, they've taken the tap. He offloads to O'Neill, does Newton, gives it width to Andy Farrell. Farrell then bullets the pass to Hodgson. Good tackle by Naylor. Sorry, it was Danny Tickle, beg your pardon. Here now is Terry O'Connor. He offloads, Wigan keeping this ball alive. Craig Smith, still Smith, the Kiwi international, still going. Wrestled to the ground, 2 metres short. Plays the ball to Newton. Here is Adrian Lamb. Lamb drops the shoulder and takes a big hit.
What a tackle from the tackle machine, Gartner.
Here's Farrell now. Farrell attacking the line.
Oh, so close.
Newton down the short side. Oh, knock on by Lamb.
Normally safe as houses. Heads down, is going to bring him back. Can't tap until he's blown the whistle, the official Steve Ganson. But a golden opportunity. He just took his eyes off the ball and a little bit of a look at Robbie Paul there. And this is the reason why the penalty. He wanted to allow the advantage, and when it was not forthcoming, he gave the Warriors, but they bombed it.
Let's just leave the action for a moment, keep our eye on it as we go downstairs to Bill for half-time news.
Eddie Brian Noble, Bulls coach, will be delighted with that defence from his side, because one of the targets he set them at half-time was to defend their line a lot better, and they have done just that. He also wants them to work harder to get field position. I think we can maybe see a bit more in the kicking department from Paul Deacon in that respect. Stuart Raper, the Wigan Warriors coach, well, he made it pretty simple for his guys. If you don't have the ball, you're not going to get very far in this game. They've got to cut out the errors. They've also got to improve on their one-on-one tackling. They've let too many of them slip. Bad news for Wigan. Jamie Ainscough, it seems, is on his way to hospital for an x-ray on a possible break in the arm.
Oh dear, that's terrible news for Ainscough and Wigan ahead of the playoffs. This is Peacock though meanwhile, and he offloads to Withers, who's got support from Robbie Paul. Last tackle here for Bradford. Vicona, looping pass to Deacon, stab over the top. Connolly's after this. Connolly gets it and grounds the ball. Dropout coming up underneath the sticks.
Wonderful kick and chase. And all the experience of Gary Connolly had to be there to prevent a try. Bill Arthur has just mentioned, expect more kicking in the second half from the Bulls, and that was a superb effort from Paul Deacon. Saved by this man.
Gary Connolly. He hasn't scored for 9, but he's been very big in defence. And Jamie Ainscough, well, he was in the 1999 Grand Final side with St George Illawarra in Australia, beaten by the Melbourne Storm. And that's a huge blow to him if he has got the broken arm from this match. That will be the end of him.
Well done, Terry.
Lowe's. Anderson.
Controlling things out there. Jimmy Lowe's now running pretty free in the dummy half position.
Calm down.
Mike Forshaw, tackled by Farrell. And Mark Smith.
Okay.
Lowe's waits. Robbie Paul scampers forward. Wide it goes to Withers. Withers!
Okay, Matt.
No doubt
Michael
about
Withers
that.
with the try. Second try for Withers. Remember, his 3 were crucial in the grand final. He's now got 2 here at Ballyparade in this top 3 shootout.
Wigan had the opportunity. Remember, Lamb knocked on virtually with the line at his mercy. And the defence here, they hesitated. They hung off Robbie Paul and let this fella do all the work. Sheer strength yet again. Neat little offload there from Jimmy Lowes, but they just held away. Lachlan went far too high. He's such a strong full-back, is Michael Withers. And the Bulls are on the roll yet again. Their defence saved the day. They applied the pressure, and that mistake came from Adrian Lamb. And 6 play the balls later. They're in a position for this man to stretch the lead.
Yes, Withers with the try, and Deacon from the sideline. Well, he's kicking well, isn't he? 6 out of 7. He's missed with that, though. That's 6 out of 8. 28-14. Any way back for Wigan? I wonder.
Look at that, 3 men standing back. No 1 and 2nd marker, which allows Robbie Paul all the freedom. And when you hang back like that, you're going to pay the penalty, and the price is 4 points.
You made a very interesting point in the first half, Steve-O, about the size of the pitch at Odsal next year when the Bulls return home. I just wonder whether they will be tempted to make it these dimensions, because they get a roll on and the team is defending on their own line after 3 or 4 tackles.
We'll wait and see. I think it will be an exact replica of this. Not that they'll take the grass, of course. Still, you never know these days.
Lowes infield to Deacon, who goes for a 40-20 here. He's got the angle perfectly. How about that? Paul Deacon. Stuart Fielden first to him.
Superb effort. No problem at all. You say it time and time again, it's just a magnificent rule.
Such a great place kicker, Deacon. Such a wonderful tactical brain as well.
Well, that try from Withers, I just got the impression that some of the Wigan players, their heads were dropping. And when you get a 40-20 to just add a little bit of icing on the cake, I think the Warriors' heads may droop even lower.
Here is Michael Withers again, and Tickle gets to him this time. Vicona. Here is Costin.
Been a well-balanced performance by Bradford tonight. Hard work in the forwards, the wingers going in and helping, relieving them at times. And
Goes to Peacock.
And then having the angle and the link between the two halves, Paul and Deacon.
They're so close again. Look, Wigan defending this. And Lowes! He thinks he's got it down. The referee isn't so sure.
He wants to know whether he was held first. Certainly got it down okay. He's quite convinced.
We're just checking that.
And it was poor defence. They had him, they pulled him back. That's a try. No doubt about it. The momentum is not being stopped. He's moving all the time. This is a wonderful effort from Jimmy.
Oh, he's lost it.
No, he hasn't.
Not sure.
Still controlling. Oh, is there a gap? Frame by frame. Let's see. Well, he seems all right. They want to see whether his momentum was stopped. Now, if the ball carrying arm has hit the deck, which I don't think it has, I think he'll give this.
Well, this is the important angle.
Is the daylight? There's daylight there, and there's... Oh, they could be there. Well, I've seen him scored with the forearm and the wrist, and I think it'll be a twist to the wrist for the 4 points. I think they'll give this.
I think he's lost it.
I think he scored it.
Well, you can tell from this conversation, this one's 50-50.
Well,
it's up to Dave Campbell.
He's lost it with his fingers, but is he controlling it with his wrist? Forearm, wrist. Still a try as far as I'm concerned.
I'll go no.
I'll go my house and the bike, but it's a try.
Don't come knocking on my door.
I'll throw in the pump. You can have that as well.
No, it just leaked out of his hand. But only just. Well, that's upset James Lowes. Farrell. That's 2 tackles in a row by the Bradford hooker. We're going to be in pressure out of this. Mark Smith I think he knows it's third at best now.
Yep. As I say, the body language is not good, and they're coming up with the errors, and they are being forced, as Eddie has just mentioned. And I must say, the body language in the shot in the sheds at half-time really didn't build any confidence as far as I was concerned. When you saw the Wigan camp, there was quite a few of them. Oh, what a hit! What a hit from the young kid.
Sean O'Loughlin and Brandon Costin felt that. Here is Vainicolo. They know the danger that he poses.
Oh.
Just looking at Vainicolo and Vicone here for Bradford. Wigan have got a bit of an injury crisis on the flanks. Ainsko suspected broken arm here tonight. Carney off the field with did Bill say it was hamstring? I'm sure he did. And of course Brett Dallas is on his way home, and is indeed at home. So Wigan have got problems out wide. They have problems up the middle here with Fielden.
Fielden's hurt. Problem with the leg. It has been a bruising encounter. And sadly, because of such a long season, it's at this time of the business end where a lot of injuries start occurring. They have put their bodies to the limit this year. Oh, get into him, boys.
Wigan crowd saying that Bradford are all offside, and they are like a dog's hind leg. Look at that, they're all offside.
It's a good kick, dissected the fullback.
It is a good kick.
And the winger. What's the chase like? Pretty good.
Withers tackled by Mark Smith and Cassidy. When I say it's third at best for Wigan, they do get the luxury of a home draw in the first weekend of the playoffs. But third, fourth, fifth and sixth this year, it's all about sudden death. You lose one, you're gone.
And Stuart Raper knows that with the mounting injury problems that he wants that week off.
He ain't going to get it at the moment.
No, you're right.
They play Leeds next weekend, of course. Leeds are safe in the 5. Wigan are well and truly safe in the 5. It'll be interesting to see, with the injury crisis that's mounting at Wigan, what team Stuart Raper puts out for that match.
This has been a great effort, though, by the Bradford Bulls.
Third of the final weekend of fixtures. Hull Bradford is, well, there's a lot on that. Hull, of course, their coach Sean McRae, considering his future, he says, will he be there to field a team against Bradford? I hope so. London Saints, Salford Cass, Wakefield Warrington, Widnes Halifax, Wigan Leeds. Take your pick. Fantastic weekend to come. Fantastic weekend we're in the middle of right now.
And a fantastic tackle from Deacon there on Connolly.
Farrell wide it goes. Here's Danny Tickle. He offloads, and Mark Smith, was that a knock-on?
Yep.
Yes.
Just a little one. And again, it's a knock-on that has been forced by the pressure of the would-be tacklers. A great start for the youngster Mark Smith. Golden opportunity, and Tickle offloaded. Well, maybe he's been badly done to, perhaps, on that. Maybe he caught it on the half volley. Hard to say.
I think it hit the ground, hit the hand, and then hit the deck, to be fair.
Just a little one.
I think the officials got it right.
As I say, golden opportunity under difficult circumstances. Mark Smith, Danny Sculthorpe. We've already seen Sean O'Loughlin's ability, but it's not going to be easy for them to show against a solid defence from Bradford tonight.
Sky Sports 2 is the channel for the final weekend of fixtures in the Super League. Next Sunday at 3 and Friday at 7:30. Sky Sports 2. I don't think we'll keep Phil Clark away, will we? You must be looking forward to it, Phil.
Well, I think the quality of this game really is any indication of what we're going to see over the next few weeks. We're in for something pretty good. Bradford turning up the heat, but Wigan doing remarkably well. So they've missed a few players. They're having to play Danny Tickle in the left centre position, probably defending in centre, the most difficult position in the game of rugby league to defend. And another reason why Withers got over for that first try. They're just hanging on at the moment. They're without Terry O'Connor and Craig Smith, the first two props, so they're doing it pretty tough.
Vainicolo, that's bounced. But Wigan have it back with Radlinski. There's no advantage, so the referee will bring it back to the 10-metre mark. And look at the completed sets. 19 in possession both, and Bradford have completed twice as many as Wigan had. But this Bradford defensive line, I'll tell you, is like a dog's hind leg at the play the ball.
Doesn't matter, they're getting away with it. Steve Ganson taking them back about 12 and allowing them to take a step forward.
They're all in front of him. Everyone's in front now. He's got them.
Well, the message took a long time to get through. This has got to be a penalty straight away, but he made no attempt to go for him. That's why he's allowed the advantage. He touched the man within the 10-metre period.
Harvey Howard with that drive in. He had 6 games here at Bradford in '98.
So important now for the Warriors to get points on the board. They've got to get something to lift their spirits. He's holding on. He'll give the penalty to Bradford. He was holding on.
Danny Sculthorpe penalised.
Silly play. Just saying, they haven't had many opportunities in the second half to try to get a roll on. And to try to milk the penalty by holding down. Silly play, inexperience. He wasn't going to get away with it. And referee Steve Ganson, who, apart from irritating my colleague Eddie with his offside situation, I think he's had a pretty decent game.
Yes, he has. McDermott. Good tackle from O'Loughlin. Here goes Lowe's. Here's Vainicolo.
Second, come on, Dan.
He's had a super game as Jimmy Lowe's has controlled everything.
Bradford with a dog's hind leg of a defence. Wigan now also, by the way. So it's fair for both sides. Here goes Withers. This is Peacock. Flicked out the back door and continued on, but Wigan snaffled the danger.
Only when you've got a 14-point cushion, you can try things like that. If there's going to be 2 points in it. Oh, I don't think he was tackled. I don't think that tackle was completed. By the way, the official says get on with it. Speed of this game, been tremendous.
Well, we're watching a repeat of last year's grand final, and this year's is on October the 19th. The information line for the Rugby Football League is 0113 2329 111, and you can get any information you like about that first thing Monday morning. And also don't forget the big test series coming up in November, Great Britain against the Kiwis, and the grand final will be, as you would expect, live from Old Trafford, Saturday the 19th at 6, Sky Sports 1. If you can't get to the match, and I'll tell you something, it'll be a sellout this year, well, we will offer you the best seat in the house. Vicona, who's going to get there? Saints, many people's tip. Mistake, it went backwards though off Fielden. Bradford and Wigan desperate to be involved in the grand final again.
Did he touch it? Was that back to 6? He looked to his touch judge.
Here's Robbie Paul.
Yep.
No,
he hasn't.
It's the last tackle.
Jimmy Lowe's is talking to him, holding up the 5, saying you're kidding.
Deacon with a dab over the top. And Hodgson picks it up, but he's surrounded.
Did he touch? Yes. I think he got a deflection there.
Danny Sculthorpe again.
Second, down again.
The one pleasing aspect for Brian Noble, the Bulls coach, will be the fact how they have played as a unit and as a team. They've all wanted to look for work. They've shared it out. The defence has been solid. He will be very, very pleased indeed.
It's a sensational display because I'll tell you something, Wigan aren't playing badly. This is the last tackle for Wigan, this set of 6. We're in the last quarter. O'Loughlin dabs it over the top. Costin picks it up though.
Good work by the centre, Brendan Costin. That's the second time that he's saved the bacon.
What a prospect O'Loughlin is though. 19 years of age in this cauldron of an atmosphere, and he comes up with a little play, a little ploy like that.
Well, skills a bit like cream. It'll come to the top eventually. But the pace, and there is a youngster.
Well, a lot of people, Steve, are critical of our youngsters. We haven't got them, they say. Take a look at the Super League this year. We've got some corkers.
But as long as they don't get a bit excited about it all, quite often a few of them feel that they've become stars before having to work hard at it.
Brilliant pass from Vicona. Deacon grounded by Farrell. Last tackle here for Bradford. They will run it with Lowe's, and the stab to the in-goal area. The Volcanoes after it. Connolly shepherds it over the line. He didn't touch it. It's a tap on the 20.
Wonderful work by the sender Connolly. Took a big gamble with a big fella honing down.
Well, this is a big step up for Danny Sculthorpe. Look at that by Connolly.
Yeah, but putting your body on the line and exposing your ribs and the back. Anyone watching the Australians this morning, Andrew Johns, he's got a bad knock, and he could be out for the season.
The winner of the Dalian medal, our equivalent, is the Man of Steel, and there are a few candidates out here for Man of Steel this year. New Zealand Warriors Canberra in the morning, Sky Sports 2 at 10. The minor premiers, the New Zealand Warriors, and a lot of those Warriors will be over on the Test tour for the Kiwis. Good ball from Lam again. This is Mark Smith.
That's a high one there
from Vangenaar.
He really didn't miss.
Last tackle, Newton flicks the back to zero for Wigan. Farrell hasn't heard the call. Oh, Harvey Howard gives it to O'Neill. Now they've settled it down. O'Neill was nearly through.
Well, for one moment there, I thought Harvey Howard was going to give it a kick.
So did I. Cassidy to Howard. O'Loughlin. Lamb. He's the key for Wigan.
Great stuff by Pete.
Oh, Lamb's hurt now.
Well, this will be a disaster for the Warriors if he's picked up a serious injury. I think maybe he's just winded. And why wouldn't you be when you've got big Vangenaar and Peacock going over the top? This is a high shot.
To be fair to Mark Smith, the youngster got to his feet. He's only 21. He got to his feet and just played the ball.
Well, the quality of this Wigan side, you've got to admire the way that they've not just thrown the towel in. I mentioned the fact that their body language wasn't all the best.
His body language is anxious at the moment.
Well, he knows there's still plenty of time.
Well, he's running out of wingers, and he's got the playmaker-in-chief Adrian Lamb receiving treatment, and Farrell playing with a bad rib injury. This is Radlinski. They're saying that Sculthorpe got in the way, and he did. O'Loughlin, Farrell, back to O'Neill.
Well, they're going nowhere. They're not running onto the football, and therefore Bradford's one line of defence. They're just gobbling them up very easy indeed.
Lamb. Oh, off the shoulder of O'Loughlin. Picked up, and here goes Vainikolo. Radlinski. Well, he did enough. And Cassidy finished him off and got the ball back.
He's lost it. Play on. Oh, bad mistake. It's a shame he's had a fine game as Vainikolo.
Here goes Harvey Howard. Wow, what a night this is.
Big hit from Cassidy.
What a game. If this is round 27 of the weekly rounds, I'm going to need a tin hat for the playoffs. Sculthorpe.
I thought you already had one.
Lamb. I'm going to need a new voice.
Here.
Newton.
Oh, the tension here. They know they've got to get a score here.
Lamb. O'Loughlin. Cassidy. Didn't get it down. Did he or didn't he?
Pretty hard to see from this angle. Definitely got over. He wants to see whether he's got it down or whether he's lost it. He reaches out. Oh, it comes off the knee of Costin. Well, what will they... It was accidental. There to be a knock on. Yeah, lost it. Oh, what a vital time to get your left knee in the way. That was going to be a try all over. Great positioning by the official, Steve Gamson. Look at that. But he wanted to make sure. We've got the technology. And thankfully, these referees do want to make sure. And in vital games like this will be no try, that's for sure.
And it was the way to restart the game, which is a 20-metre tap. And the referee's got to get in position before Bradford restart. Now they do. Here's Brian McDermott. A rip-roarer of a match.
Second move! Well done.
The players will be glad to hear the full-time siren. I could watch this all night. Loads. Taking them on himself. Harvey Howard, Terry Newton combining.
He's had a good season, but he really has excelled as far as I'm concerned. When you've got someone out there that can control the half-back and you've got the wonderful hands and, well...
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too quick.
A little low for this fella. And it's been played in good spirit as well.
Well, it was a forward pass anyway. The referee has just said forward, head and feet, Wigan. So even if Vanacola had picked it up, A, it would have been a miracle, and B, it wouldn't have mattered.
Lock in, boys.
Still not done though, are they, Wigan?
No, they're not. The two best defensive units in the business are on show here. Bulls, 80 tries conceded. Wigan before tonight, just 69.
Second, come on, boys.
Hasn't had many chances, Adrian Lamb, to weave that magic.
What a step up for Danny Sculthorpe, playing for Rochdale on loan not long ago. Signed from Rochdale, of course. Here's O'Loughlin. This young man gets better and better. He only made his debut for Wigan in June. A full debut at Warrington. Farrell.
Trying to use him out wide in the centres, but I don't think he's 100%, Eddie.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, look, he's got the problem with the leg.
Down over the top, but right down the throat of Vanacola. And here he goes. Here goes the big man.
Get out of the way. Oh, that's a high shot. That's silly play. He's got to get him the referee. Well, that's two. How many do you want?
Well, he's getting it in the end for interference, Danny Sculthorpe. But they're on their feet all round this ground, applauding Leslie Vanacola.
Two shots.
He got him for two shots. He could have got him for two hits. Leslie Vanacola. Bang, there's the first. Bang, there's the second. Bang, there's the third. And the fourth.
Tremendous play. He's had a great match, a great night. They call him the volcano. He's been dormant for a while, but boy, oh boy, hasn't he exploded. Whoa.
Well, Brian Noble says he's been doing a lot of work with this fellow in training. They worry when the ball's in the air, but this fellow's one of the shrewdest coaches in the business. And he knew and he knows that with ball in hand, this man is a match winner, and he wants a drink, and he deserves a drink. And Steve-O might even buy you a drink tonight, Leslie.
Oh, don't push it. But that run, I mean, there was lava just splashed all over the field as he went through there.
Big problem for Wigan. Andy Farrell leaves the field.
Well, it surprised me that he actually started the game. There was a lot of concern.
Well, they
about his
wanted
injury.
second, Steve-O. They wanted
I know,
second.
but they could pay a heavier price. He might not be ready for the playoffs.
He will. Deacon with this penalty. Two more to the Bradford total. 30 points to 14. We've only had 6 points in this second half. It is a match that has been compelling, though. What a fabulous atmosphere, too, that this game's being played in.
Well, remember the opening game, Bradford, we said that night, probably one of the best of all time. And that was the first game, and they're still producing it. All-round quality has been superb.
Well, Farrell has been taken off by Stuart Raper against St Helens last week. Mind you, the match was won when Farrell exited the field. Not so tonight, and it's Terry O'Connor, the man who has come on to replace him. Wigan, Phil, are doing it pretty tough.
Yeah, they are. Having said that, really, if Cassidy had just been able to get the ball down, I felt as though the momentum behind was the Wigan side. They've really struggled with injuries. I mean, when you think that Julian O'Neill, perhaps the best player last week, has had to shunt out to the centre because of injuries today, it's really had an effect on the way that they've played, and I'm sure even in Stuart Raper's best preparations, he could never really have imagined that he'd have had to shunt players around like he has done today. Looking at Leslie Vanacola with the ball, you need a broom handle Mauser to stop him when he's in full flight.
Yeah, you would. Knock on here by... Oh, he's got that wrong.
He sure has.
He's got that desperately wrong.
Well, Gary Connolly.
First mistake, Steve, tonight, I'm afraid. Connolly, there's the knock on by Connolly.
Or has he been deemed not to have known what
he
going for?
got to that.
I thought so too.
That's the first boo-boo. He thought we had a rugby league rarity then, one against the head.
Hang on, okay. Make a channel, we're all right.
was one you could have framed. They're actually pushing.
Get up, let's have it right. Wigan had
We're
a
70 minutes into this
Okay.
game, and the forwards want to push each other. What has gone wrong?
All gone right. O'Loughlin. He tried the chip through early. Here is O'Neill.
It has been a tough one, and he knows it, Stuart Raper, and he knows that he's got a tougher game to come, and that game is trying to get his players fit for the playoffs. They're walking wounded at the moment to the Warriors.
It'll be Wigan at home to London, Widnes or Castleford in the first weekend of the playoffs. All that will be decided next weekend. We've got a match to be won here first. O'Loughlin, oh, Lamb! Did he go backwards? No.
One has been out of sorts, but the pressure that they have applied is Bradford defence. A little offload there from O'Loughlin. Little doubt that Lamb did get fingers to it.
Adrian Lamb with one of the few errors he's made. Just thinking, Steve-O, if it's Wigan Castleford at the JJB Stadium, remember 1999, Mr. Raper took Castleford to Wigan and won.
Yeah, the first rugby league game there. And
What a shocker.
it sure was.
Not for Castleford, for Wigan, I mean. And there was nothing wrong with the performance of either side on the night, by the way.
And I think, memory serves me right again, is that our guest last night had a blinder, Adrian Valls.
Yes, he did. Wigan have got the ball back. And he was man of steel in 99, wasn't he?
Yep.
That might have just tipped the scales his way. Oh, Wagner! Come here. Danny Tickle. I felt that.
You know, I'm black and blue up here. I felt every one of this.
That went backwards off O'Neill.
They've hunted as a pack. They really have hunted as a unit.
Connolly ducking under a couple, but he couldn't get away from Mike Forshaw. Newton, not the best. Still Newton. Ball went backwards. Connolly.
Look to the touch, judge. He says he's got it right. That's got to be a penalty. Interference. Can't swing round. Got to clear the ruck first. Oh, he's going to knock on. Well, that's... Well, McDermott has just dragged it out, surely.
Well, I don't think he was standing square.
That's what I'm saying. How on earth can... Well,
That's got it, Bill. Well, he got one wrong before and gave Wigan head and feet, and he's done now.
Oh,
dear.
well, I said he was going to be in good spirit. And I bet Jimmy Lowe's is in there somewhere. And so is Terry Newton.
Get out of it!
They'll be having a beer together afterwards.
Focus! Hey,
They're good mates, allegedly.
Terry!
Referee wants Mr. Lowe's and Mr. Newton.
It's been good all night. Don't spoil it now. You've both got important games coming up next few weeks. Now you can have it. Get back in there. Get on with the job.
Well said, Steve Ganson. You have important games coming up.
It's just putting a little bit of cold water on the emotion. Well, they have got important games. They've all got important games coming up. Top, middle and bottom. We keep saying it, probably getting boring to many people, but it's been a season and a half.
That's a big hit there as well.
Ball's come free to Terry O'Connor. Knock on. Against who? The referee will take a report from his touch judge. What happened then, he said? Bradford's had me feel.
No. Okay, team in possession.
That was a big hit from Harvey Howard. Oh, did he lose it?
You say, how did he get a knock on against about that?
Take it from me. Okay.
He's chunnering to all the play. Take it from me, said Steve Ganson.
Okay, Dave.
Here's Vicona.
Come on.
Anderson now. Well, no wonder Bradford want to finish the season top of the table again, because they can see themselves being just 80 minutes away from Old Trafford, because it would take a mighty effort from anyone to come here and deny them a return to the grand final. Costin over the top. Radlinski. And you Saints beat them here a couple of weeks ago. Wigan have run them oh so close here tonight.
Never say never.
And Leeds did them in the Challenge Cup, remember. So they are not unbeatable here.
4 weeks ago, I'd written this Bradford side off.
Yes, you did them a great favour, young man.
Oh, I'll accept that. Both the favour and the comment. But fair credit to Wigan.
They're keeping it going.
Yeah, they've dug deep. They haven't just said, well, that's it. We'll save ourselves for the playoffs. No, they've dug deep. And in fact, it's got a little bit more rough and tougher out there.
Oh. It's 76 minutes old, this, just about, and the tackles are as ferocious as they were in the first minute. Kick over the top was by Lamb, who took a tumble. Vicona looks around and says, no one's coming to me, I'll go to them.
Safety first. What a night this guy's had.
Oh. What a night the game has had. Rugby League's a winner tonight. What an advert, what a showpiece. And it's not even the playoffs. What's to come? I think a standing ovation for the next 4 minutes is deserved for both these teams. It's been brilliant.
Well, you'd want to soak in a bath for about 3 weeks, wouldn't you?
You'd need the bubbles, wouldn't you, to try and ease these pains.
Oh, a big bottle of salts, I feel.
Exactly. Vinacolo, dab down the line. Radlinski tidies up at the back. Gardner. Well, Vinacolo could have been done for a flop then.
Well, I think it was more of a case of, do you mind, I'll have to have a rest. I've done a lot tonight, and he has.
Manganar with the blood from the ear.
I must say, these last 10 minutes, there's been a lot of verbals. The players have really lost it.
Well, they're saying, see you in the playoffs, boys.
Don't be surprised if there's another flare-up.
Ryan Noble can smile, he hasn't got blood pumping out of his ear. Wigan trying to keep this ball alive, and doing so. O'Neill. Oh, he says, here, Connolly, you have it. Now, Gary Connolly returns the compliment. O'Neill keeps it going to O'Loughlin. Good hands from Wigan. Lamb. Cassidy.
There to meet him was Fielden.
What an effort from these two sides. Mark Smith dabs it behind Willers. That's Hodgson. Withers is away though. And he cuts in field.
He looks so casual, doesn't he? The fullback Michael Withers, but he's so effective.
Deacon runs away from Sculthorpe, straightens it up. Sculthorpe comes back.
Talking about being effective, Paul Deacon has done his job. Like I keep saying, Eddie, this is a team game, and if you work hard together, you come up with the goods. This is a fine performance.
Anderson. Tackled by O'Connor. Lowe's.
Bradford want more points, Eddie. You know, maybe points difference could decide who does finish at the top.
At the end, indeed. As Stuart Fielden, I think he caught a bit of a high one, and he's flat out. And I think he got it on the chin from Harvey Howard. Here it comes. Bosh.
Oh. Well, I warned you. Well, for the past 3 years, this youngster Stuart Fielden, we've often referred to him as a punching bag.
It's going to be put on report, this.
And rightly so. I knew it was boiling. A lot of talking to each other. And it's flared up.
Okay, hang on. No, listen.
Well,
the tackles is going on report.
They are anxious times for Stuart Raper. He copped one, certainly.
Well, the game's gone.
Well, he'll need all the big guns for those playoffs, Stuart Raper. They're going to take 2 more here, and these will be the last 2 points of the match.
He's happy.
I think he asked them to run it, actually, but it's easy to stand on the side like us and say, run it. Run it. Look, run it. They said, no thanks, boss. We're going to kick it, and we're going to get in the bath. And you can't blame them. It has been a bruiser.
Well, he's one of the few coaches, isn't he, Brian Noble, that doesn't keep sending out messages.
Deacon gets the two.
It's all over.
32-14, just about.
And what an effort from this man. Then into the swing of it. We love you, baby. We sure do when you come up with a performance like that.
Well, as I said before, everybody in this ground should be on their feet. And they should be giving these players a standing ovation. There's the final siren, and they do. Everyone round the ground rises. A standing ovation for two magnificent sides. Bradford have won the match. They close on St Helens at the top. It's all down to the last weekend for who finishes top of the pile going into the playoffs. But the playoffs will be no more intense than the 80 minutes we have seen here tonight. Bradford have won it 32 points to 14. And Bill Arthur is now with Paul Deakin, who has been adjudged the man of the match. He wins the Tissot watch.
Paul, congratulations, there you go. Another one for the collection, another big win. I mean, that's a big win for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we knew we had to win with Saints, thrashing Hull yesterday, so, we're still in the hunt for the top spot.
And now you go to Hull.
Well, yeah, it's not an easy place to go. Last game at Super League at the Boulevard, so we know it's going to be tough, but we just got to play our best and see what happens.
Wish you all the best.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to Tissot.
Thanks, Paul. Springfield Clarkin. Paul Deakin. Moment of the match, maybe. His tackle on Andrew Farrell in that first half.
Yeah, I think so. It's a fantastic tackle from him. He got in low, hit the ball, and they managed to capitalise on it, didn't they? Just scoring before half-time. Wonderful game, though. Tremendous skills. I just feel sorry for Wigan. They lost so many guys to injuries, and really the worry is now maybe the Harvey Howard tackle going on report. They're going to be short of a few players, perhaps going into these few weeks. But they've got tremendous speed, got some good players. If they can get them all back fit, they've everything to play for. The one thing that I just noticed, really, we've seen some sides over the last 6 weeks put in some wonderful match performances, but be unable to do it for 2 or 3 weeks in a row. That's what sides need to focus on doing now as we approach the playoff time of year.
A truly memorable night at Valley Parade, and St Helens and Bradford are bracket Wigan prime.